Welcome to part 2 of Naruto fan theories. Now, I know this was going to be a one-time thing, but someone did comment on my previous video. Shout out to you, I appreciate it, which shows me that, hey, this is doing better than my Assassin's Creed videos. Now, there's a lot of Naruto rabbit holes, or Naruto theories, as what I'm going to be basically saying what they are. But here's the thing about these Naruto fan theories. They're not always accurate and they're not backed up with the right information, as shown on my last video. But this video, we're actually going to be diving deeper into these little rabbit holes that us fans of Naruto and Boruto have created. So without further ado, let's get on to the first theory. Now, the first theory states that Shisui actually survived and became Shin Uchiha. In the official story, Shisui gives one of his Mangekyo Sharingan to Itachi, entrusts him with the protection of the village, and then supposedly commits suicide to prevent Danzo from obtaining his remaining eye. However, his body was never recovered, as shown in many parts of the show. No one has recovered the body of Shisui Uchiha. In a world where characters are regularly revived, cloned, or manipulated post-death, that kind of serves as a red flag, I guess. It shows that yes, the body was taken by someone else, because we could also say the same thing about this theory about Jiraiya after he died against his fight with Pain, and then his clone, Koji Kashin, was later revived by Amado. Now, the second reason actually states that Shin's Sharingan has a pretty good connection to Shisui's. Shin is shown to have an unusual physiology. He's compatible with multiple Sharingan and even the one embedded in his body. Well, all over his body actually. He also has a Sharingan in his head that is never clearly explained. Kind of looks like the Eye of the Moon theory. But it bears no Mangekyo pattern, but is powerful enough to give him enhanced reflexes and jutsu precision. It's possible this eye is deactivated or altered version of Shisui's left eye, perhaps experimented by Orochimaru or Danzo before Shisui was rescued or revived. Now, this would also raise another question as to why wouldn't they revive him during the war arc? Why wouldn't Kabuto use this against Obito, etc., etc.? Like, it just keeps on going down. But fear not, there are other reasons, which we're going to get into now. Now, the third reason would simply be because Shin's obsession with the Uchiha name. Now, for reference, Shin isn't actually an Uchiha. He doesn't have, real Uchiha blood in him, which helped him awaken his Sharingan from his original eyes. Never had original eyes, he was just embedded with the Sharingan. Anyways, since he's not actually an Uchiha, yet he's so devoted to the clan's ideology name, let's talk about why. If he were to once be part of the clan, and particularly if he were Shisui, whose name and legacy were erased to protect Itachi's cover, it could explain this twisted form of identity crisis, Shin's ideology, which promotes evolution without emotional bonds, is a dark mirror of the path Shisui might have taken after betrayal of both Danzo and his clan. Now that right there kind of raises more, hope that this theory may be true, because yes, he was a traitor on both ends of the clan and to Danzo, but so was Itachi. But Itachi continued his quest. He became a spy for the Akatsuki, and he was branded traitor. Not Shisui though. We don't know what happened to him after he died. All we know is that he entrusted his left eye to Itachi. Where did he go after that? That raises the questions. Now, the final reason is Orochimaru's role. Orochimaru is deeply involved with both Danzo's experiments and Shin's survival. He even admits that Shin's cells are very compatible with advanced cloning. What if Orochimaru salvaged Shisui's body or experimented on him during his time en route? Over time, Shisui's DNA could have been wrapped, cloned, or manipulated into what we know as Shin. Now, this, however, is this is a very good theory. I like it a lot because it actually shows the compatibility between cloning, but there's one little thing that I have an issue with on this theory. Shin was not strong compared to Naruto and Sasuke, obviously, because they got godlike power, but you would notice like a fighting style. At least Sasuke would, like, you know, notice a fighting style that's similar to Shisui's, as he did once see Itachi and Shisui both train when he was a kid. Now this also raises more questions for me, maybe not for you guys, but when we seen Jiraiya die and then his clone came to life, which we know as Koji Kashin. Koji Kashin fought Jigen, and Jigen is no, like, if you guys do not watch Naruto, he is not weak at all. Like, he is one of the strongest characters in the whole, like, Kara era. In fact, he was the strongest, obviously, because Jigen is actually Ishiki Otsutsuki, who is a top-ranking Otsutsuki. Now, when Jigen fought Naruto and Sasuke, he was on a whole nother level, completely mopping the floor with them when they were at their peak. Now, where I'm going with this is that Jiraiya's clone Koji Kashin fought Jigen and killed Jigen, which then Ishiki manifested. Now, to Jiraiya's clone be that strong, Shisui's clone should also be strong as well, possessing similar fighting style. As you can see, like, even in the fight with him and Jigen, Naruto recognized a lot of the fighting style that was used by Koji Kashin that was used by Jiraiya. So the whole toad mud oil, whatever the hell, was used by Koji Kashin, it was used by Jiraiya. So there's not really a similarity in their fighting style, which what I realized, and Sasuke would have realized too. Maybe Sasuke would have realized, but he was nowhere near the strength of Shisui Uchiha, which kind of raises the question if this theory is even, like, remotely correct. I don't know about you guys, but this is just my, you know, take on it. Take it however you want. This is just me looking at the facts of the whole anime and the manga. Just, you know, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have more theories or, like, more ideas as to how this theory could be true, please let me know in the comments. Like, I'm not saying, like, just because I'm giving you my point of view doesn't mean I don't want this to be true. If this is true, this is amazing. Like, this would be amazing. Now, the second theory we have is definitely a lot shorter, but it's Tobi. So the goofy Obito, you know, white Zetsu was taking over at the time. Tobi was originally supposed to be Izuna Uchiha. Now, I'm just as shocked as you, and I'm not really gonna believe this, but let's see what they have to say. But anyways, Tobi's identity as Obito Uchiha felt surprising to many fans, but earlier versions of the story hinted at something else. Tobi, often referred to as Madara in the third person, his voice, his mannerism, and his behavior didn't match Obito's personality. Some fans theorized that Tobi was initially written to be Izuna Uchiha, Madara's younger brother, resurrected or sustained through forbidden jutsu. His loyalty to Madara's version and hatred for the Senju could align with Izuna's story than rather Obito's. And you know what, like, even though that, you know, it's clearly not true, right? Because we know that Obito was Tobi, like, we all seen it in the anime. But however, this theory, like, if you were telling me this before the war arc, I would believe you, because only person that we were, like, you know, told that was loyal to Madara, that loved Madara, and, you know, he would sound like Madara too, because he's his brother too. He got the same ambitions, same hatred towards the same clan. I wouldn't see the reason why as to this wouldn't be Izuna, but obviously it's not. It's a cool theory though, but kind of late for the theory. Anyways, that's all the theories I got today. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys on the next theory.